Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's on DisneyPlus.com. A quick review of On Point. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. So On Point is a brand new documentary coming to Disney Plus on Friday the 18th of December. It's got 6 episodes. They're each around about 45 minutes long, and it kind of gives us an insight into the ballet school in New York. And it's the first time that they've ever let anyone into this prestigious ballet school, and it's very interesting to see what goes on there. It's kind of focusing mainly on all the kids, kind of different levels. So you kind of got the younger ones, and they're preparing to perform the Nutcracker, which obviously is a big thing in New York. And then you've got the older ones who are trying to get their career sorted and trying to get sort of apprenticeships and get work and all the rest of it. Now, I've seen 3 of the 6 episodes. Those are the 3 that got sent to me for this early review. And I'll be honest, I was not that interested in this series to begin with. Ever since it got announced last year, I was a bit like, it's a documentary about a ballet school. I've really got no interest. When the trailer broke, I was like, not really interested. And so I thought, well, you know, need to do the review for it. So I watched it, and I kind of went in maybe a little bit jaded beforehand. And I'll be honest, it kind of turned me around a little bit. It was a lot more interesting than I was expecting. There's a little bit more gritty, because the thing is, this wasn't made by Disney. It was made by Imagine, who actually is run by Ron Howard, who's one of the executive producers on this series. A bit more gritty, a little bit more real, not quite so fluffy, and I kind of like that. I think that's one of the cool things recently with some of the new Disney Plus originals, if they've gone out and brought them from somewhere else. So I think had Disney made this, it would have been a bit too fluffy, and I like the fact that, you know, it doesn't shy away from the bad things that happen, you know, the conflict of the kids and the parents, like, moving away, and the problems that come with this. There's some fascinating things I learned about in here, you know, like the On Point shoes. You know, never really thought about ballerina shoes, and didn't really expect to know much about it. But now, you know, there's this whole section about it and how expensive they are. I mean, they're getting them like cheap at $50 a pair of shoes rather than $80. But they're getting through like 2 to 3 pairs a week, and the kids are all trying to sew them together and keep them together as long as they can, because they're trying to keep the cost down. You know, they're all on the subway trying to get through New York when they're staying with their parents. And this whole kind of thing I thought was really interesting. I was never really aware too much of the ballet culture, but this really kind of opened my eyes to it. Because I don't think you have to be a ballet fan to enjoy it. Whether or not you want to watch all 6 episodes, I'm going to be honest, I'm probably not going to watch the other 3. After 3 episodes, it's about 2 hours. I think that was about long enough to give me an insight. And I'm really glad I have seen it. I do feel that that was important, and I can kind of see how much work goes into being a ballet dancer. And I think that's the key thing. I think if you're interested in ballet, or you've got just a partial interest in it, this is going to be a fantastic documentary. And I want to put that across. This is not a bad documentary just because you're not interested in it. It's very well made. It's very polished. It's also a bit gritty. And I think it is a superb addition to Disney Plus. It's exactly what we need. And I like the fact that they went it's a lot more in depth, and, you know, they're talking to the kids. You know, when I think of some of the other Disney Plus originals where they're talking to kids, it all feels a bit too superficial and fluffy. This one's, you know, it feels like they're talking to real kids and they're talking honestly, and I think that's definitely a good thing going forward. So I would recommend watching an episode or 2 if you're interested in it, see how you get on with it. If you aren't interested in ballet and you don't want to learn anything about it, it's just not a show for you. And ultimately, not everything on Disney Plus is suitable for everyone. But yeah, I kind of went into this one, like I said, feeling I don't really want to watch it, and I walked away from it after watching 3 episodes and went, oh, that was pretty good. That was very well made, very highly polished show, and it's definitely, I think, a credit for Disney Plus to have it on there. But if you're going to be watching On Point, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.